it's all gonna be good. Don't worry about nothing, don't worry about nothing, nothing now. It's all gonna be good. So breathe like you know you should. Yeah, breathe.
Guys, it's literally late in the night, and there was just like an intrusive thought on my mind, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna talk about it. I am going to talk about it. So, you know how we always talk about how loneliness in diaspora really causes a lot of issues for people. I saw a video one time where a creator was talking about
there's extensive research showing that isolation and loneliness are associated with increased risk of early death.
But can we talk about how hard it is to make friends in adulthood? It's so hard. And I'm saying this because that's something I personally struggle with. From when people say, you know what, you can make friends from work, although I don't really see a lot of creators saying that, you know, or advising that you should make a lot of friends from work. But there are some people that have been so lucky to come out with lifelong friends from their workplaces because they just clicked. Or is it from school? People that are outgoing, you know, happy to meet people, go for parties and all of that. I'm thinking back on my time when I was a student here in Germany, and there was a friend there was someone that I was making an acquaintance with, and she was inviting me to parties here in Germany. And I was just like, I was not able to go. Number one, most of the parties that she was inviting me for were during the peak winter seasons. And I'm like, the weather is cold, ma'am. You were born here, you know how to dress for the winter, you don't mind a little bit of cold, you guys don't mind, you know, being outside, but me, I mind. The moment I'm in my cozy house under my duvet, that's where I want to be. And because of that, she actually stopped reaching out to me. And honestly, I understand where she's coming from, because having to invite somebody over and over again and they are never able to, they always have one excuse or the other, wanting. I get it. But for me, it was just that. And how do you explain this struggle to someone who doesn't understand your struggle? Coming into Germany, you have a lot of things to do. Coming into abroad, Jakba in general, you have so much to do, from trying to find a job, from finishing school properly, because like in Germany, your school has to be a priority. It's just very few people that are very lucky who had skills from Nigeria or back home from their country who come here, aggressively apply for jobs and even get, you know, offers. But people that had no skills, had no bearing, did not even work properly back home in Nigeria, coming to Germany, you have no other choice but to complete your schooling, use your master's as a stepping stone to where you want to be. And for me, like, as an immigrant, my head is just always full. Like, I always have something to do. And then in a country where German is the language of communication, there's no way that I've not even mastered at the moment. Like, I'm just thinking about how, you know, people that are born here, you come to their country, they are actually quite ahead of you, they're living their lives, and for you, they're like, that life you're living, my guy, that's a bit of a frivolity for me, I cannot afford right now. And that has actually made me just, you know, keep to myself and mind my business. And I'm sure some people that have met me before, even tried to build a friendship with me, will probably be like, maybe this girl is stuck up. But the truth is that I'm not necessarily stuck up. I just have learned to give to myself, pour into myself first before pouring into another person. And I think I'm also very okay with the fact that, you know what, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And when I say everybody's cup of tea, because there are different kinds of people. There are some different group of friendships where it's like Davido today, Whiskey tomorrow, Whiskey in Berlin, we're going, Davido, we're outside, Dave, we're outside, but that is not even my vibe. And there are also some people that are, let's go cafe hopping, let's go to the club, let's go here, let's go there. And I'm like, that is also not my vibe. My actual vibe is just honestly being a homebody, resting, chilling and just doing things within my own space that I can actually control. Not going outside, somebody doing things that's going to like piss me off, and I'm going to like be thinking about it all the time. Or okay, well, to be fair, I don't really think about things that people do, to be honest. I'm just always in my zone. I also think about how people always say, you know what, at work you should network, you should do this, you should do that, who knows, you could find, but like, it just doesn't come naturally to me, because naturally in Nigeria I was an extrovert, I would say, but coming here to Germany made me an introvert by every means and every standard. And right now I think I've just really gotten used to enjoying my own time by myself, being alone, loving my environment, loving me. And at this point I'm just asking myself, like, is this really messing up with where I could be, or the things that I could be achieving, or shortchanging myself from the people that I could be meeting that are going to get me forward in life? You know, all these questions I'm just asking. Like, what do you guys think? Like, for you guys that have been outside of your country, how have you been able to navigate friendships? Like, people that are in the UK, many of the time, you guys are mostly Africans, Nigerians. But then again, it's not even about being Nigerian, because there are some Nigerians that don't fit the values that you represent. Or there are some Nigerians that their values are extravagant, and for you, you're like a minimalistic person. And there are some people, like, you know, because now as adults we tend to choose the kind of friends we want. There's some people that you're like, oh, you know what, if my friend is not an odogu, I don't want that kind of person. If my friend is not a big money spender, I don't want that. And I don't even have the time to be debating who I am or where I am. But honestly, I'm grateful to all my friends who have stuck by me with all of my so-called bad character, and just being there and understand that, you know what, friendships is a low maintenance friendship over here. Like, any small thing, I am in my space. It's as if when I'm outside, everywhere can be chaotic, right? It can be going haywire, but the moment I come inside, it's like my peace. It's like I just get to have my own thing, do my own thing, be Henrietta, truly and truly, which is honestly, I'm always Henrietta outside. So the Henrietta you see outside that is quiet, that's the Henrietta that you meet when she meets a stranger, right? Or somebody that she's not conversant with. But the Henrietta that is with her family, her friends, gisting, vibing, dancing, shaking, that is the Henrietta you get to understand, you know, as time goes on. Actually, it's literally late at night and it's past my bedtime, but I was just thinking, and I was like, oh my shit, this so-called life that we're chasing abroad, I'm asking myself, if I was in Nigeria, would I be this introverted, or would I be a lot more extroverted as I was? But then I'm always constantly reminding myself that this is what growth looks like. If it's not looking like what you expect it to be, most likely it's because you're not familiar with that environment, and that is okay. Anyway, I was just like, I'm going to come share my raw thoughts without even having any script in mind. But these are just the things these are my late night thoughts. Maybe some things that are concerning to me, like, how has Henrietta really evolved in the time that she's been in Germany? She has really changed. She's somebody that used to host parties back home in Nigeria. Not host, but like, yeah, I used to be like the MC for like my Just3 bash. Just3 bash. But nonetheless, that was still something. Like, I was happy to be around people. I was happy to mingle with people. But now I'm just like, okay, cool, nice to meet you. You know, I see African people around and I'm like, oh, honestly, like, it must be nice to be your friend. But I can't even just let myself. I just want to go home. And this thought actually came through because there's a particular friend of mine that I met in Germany, and we have been maintaining this friendship. I honestly just say that she's always carrying me. So Kofo, if you see this video, know that I'm giving you a major shout out. Kofo is somebody that carries me. Literally, she doesn't do this is where you left me and all of that. I'm sure obviously she's her own beautiful, amazing person, but she just understands that, you know what, life is lifing. Nobody is making another person feel, bad for not showing up the way they expect them to show up, because sometimes I'm just overstimulated, I'm mentally stressed, and I'm just done. But yeah, not giving up on friendships, not giving up on love, not giving up on meeting new people. I'm just saying that honestly, the people that are going to probably be in my corner, especially as an adult right now, most likely have to give me a lot of grace. And for the ones that have given me so much grace so far, I'm super grateful. Shout out to all my friends, and both home, abroad, diaspora, anywhere you guys are, I'm super grateful for you, and thank you for carrying me. So if you guys have any friend who, if you're like me and you have any friend that has been carrying you with all your human baggage, adult baggage, with all of the, will I even call it baggage, human uniqueness, adult uniqueness, and they just are still there for you, give them a major shout out. Reach out to them, keep your friendship going, because you have to hold your friends tight. It's a jungle out there.